Thank you all for coming today to help us remind motorists about the importance of driving safely in work zones as we mark the start of the National Work Zone Awareness Week. We are here today to help raise awareness about the critical importance of work zone safety. Today I'm joined with partners from the Illinois Department of Transportation, the Illinois State Police, construction industry groups, and labor representatives. Every organization represented here has lost coworkers, friends, and loved ones to avoidable work zone crashes. During this construction season, we want to do everything we can to protect those who are working and traveling on our roads. That begins with urging drivers to make safety their top priority when traveling through work zones. The easiest way to do that is to slow down. That's why our theme this year reminds drivers that work zones are a sign to slow down. Slowing down prevents crashes and saves lives. In a typical year, more than 6,000 vehicle crashes occur in work zones. From 2017 to 2021, work zone crashes in Illinois resulted in deaths of 141 people. 5 of those who lost their lives were performing their jobs, serving us, the residents of the state of Illinois. Work zones are challenging places to work and to drive. Drivers traveling through work zones may find lane closures, new traffic patterns, unexpected congestion, and encounter construction workers and equipment on or near the road. And there will be numerous work zones on the tollway system this year, as we plan to invest almost $1.5 billion for roadway repairs and improvements, with much of that construction occurring as part of our Move Illinois capital program. That includes work occurring on numerous segments of I-294, including the portion here where we're building the comprehensive new interchange to connect I-294 and I-290 to improve traffic flows and drastically reduce bottlenecks in this area. We're reminding drivers that they can protect themselves and the people doing this important work by taking a few simple precautions. Slow down and always follow posted speed limits in work zones. Plan to take additional time to reach your destination, whether commuting or traveling for pleasure. Drop it and drive. Texting or using handheld cell phones while driving is illegal and dangerous. Please remember, these actions can save lives. Now I'd like to introduce some of our partners in this safety initiative. I'm pleased to introduce the Illinois Department of Transportation Secretary, Omar Osman, who is here to describe how his agency plans to keep drivers and workers safe as they travel through work zones across the region this year.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for coming out today. And yes, I'm Illinois Transportation Secretary Omar Osman. Thank you to our hosts, the Illinois Tollway, and the new interim Executive Director, Lanier Griffin. It is great to see a fellow engineer in such an important position. This is always a special time of the year at the department when we are emerging from another Illinois winter and can get to work on building a better transportation system for you and your families. Across Illinois today, we are commemorating National Work Zone Awareness Week, the unofficial start of construction season. Thanks to Governor Pritzker's historic Rebuild Illinois capital program and the recent boost from the Federal Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, you are going to be seeing work zone in every corner of our state once again this year. The governor and IDOT are committed to making the safety of workers and the traveling public a priority. Last year, there were 25 deaths, 25 deaths and more than 1,600 injuries in Illinois work zones. We can and we must do better. The only acceptable number of deaths must be 0. As the weather improves, the number of active projects will increase. We need your help. We need your help to get out the word that safety in work zone is everybody's responsibility. Joining us today at the event across Illinois are our partners at the Illinois State Police, Illinois Tollway, Laborers Local, locals throughout the state, Associated General Contractors of Illinois, Illinois Road and Transportation Builders Association, the American Traffic Safety Services Association, and the Midwest Truckers Association, as well as our friends at the Missouri Department of Transportation and the Iowa Department of Transportation. There are others I might have missed, but I'm proud that our list of safety partners continue to grow and get stronger every year. We also have many members of our IDOT family with us, including the highway maintainers behind me who are in the field every day putting their lives on line. I urge you to seek them out once we conclude our event to hear about their experiences and the risks they face keeping our roads safe. It will truly give you something to think about. The theme for the National Work Zone Awareness Week this year is Work Zone are a sign to slow down. Work zone are a sign to slow down. We know that speeding is a problem that is contributing to the rise of traffic fatalities across the country. The speed limits in work zone are set to keep both drivers and workers safe. Disobey is a huge step to reaching zero fatalities. Remember, the people you pass working on equipment or behind the cones and barricades are somebody's father, mother, son, daughter, friend, or neighbor. Whether you encounter a small crew patching, potholes, or multiple workers on an interstate reconstruction project that stretches across several miles, the people in that work zone want to get home at the end of the day, just like you. Driving in and around work zones requires your undivided attention. Avoid all distractions. Obey the signs. They will help you safely navigate work zone and sometimes avoid delays. Pay special attention to your surrounding conditions, such as lane shifts or closures. That can change very quickly. Be on the lookout for a slowed or stopped traffic. And consider the limitation of heavy equipment, and this is very important. Trucks and commercial vehicles, giving them plenty of distance to come to a complete stop if they are behind you. And yes, please slow down. These common sense rules are meant to save your life, not just those of workers. Our statistics show that roughly, and keep this in mind, roughly 9 out of 10 work zone fatalities are not the workers, but drivers and their passengers traveling through work zones. Sadly, we were reminded of these dangers just last week with a tragedy in the Metro East St. Louis that involved the death of a local motorist in a crash with one of our own trucks performing the spring maintenance operations on Interstate 64. Lastly, I would be remiss if I did not mention that April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month and remind everyone of the importance of Scott's Law. Distracted driving has reached an epidemic level on our roads. Our friends with the Illinois State Police continue to experience great heartache and pain due to people either being unwilling or unaware of the need to slow down and move over for stopped vehicles at the side of the road. It's got to stop, and it's got to stop now. We are doing our part at IDOT to make this construction season, and this year, our safest one ever on the Illinois roads. But it has to be a team effort. Do your part and drive smart. Thank you. There you go.
All right, thank you so much, Secretary Osman. You essentially introduced Captain Bradley yourself. But I will say the tollway works very closely with Illinois State Police District 15, which patrols our system and helps us deal with emergencies. And I'm pleased to introduce Captain Jason Bradley, District 15 Commander, to outline the enforcement efforts state police troopers will undertake this year to protect drivers and workers. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. I'm Captain Jason Bradley. I currently serve as the Illinois State Police District 15 Commander here in Downers Grove. The Illinois State Police is honored to partner with the Illinois Department of Transportation for the 2022 Work Zone Safety Awareness Week. The Illinois State Police is committed to ensuring the safety of the motoring public, construction zone workers, and other emergency personnel where highway construction is occurring. Throughout the construction zone season, troopers will be actively patrolling all work zones. We will work alongside highway workers to monitor traffic flow and identify motorists who disobey work zone speed limits and other applicable laws. Speeding in a work zone is a serious offense, which can result in tragic consequences. The minimum fine for a first offense for speeding in a work zone is $250. A second offense results in driver's license being suspended for 90 days and an additional $750 fine. Along with assigning ISP officers to construction zones, we will also have photo speed enforcement vans deployed in work zones across the state. These fully marked photo enforcement vans are equipped with the latest in photo radar technology designed to record the speed of vehicles and capture clear images of the driver and the license plate. Signs will be placed in work zones where the photo enforcement van is being used. These signs will provide ample warning to the motoring public to slow down. Motorists are reminded it is unlawful and unsafe to drive distracted. Texting, emailing, and browsing the internet on electronic devices while driving are all prohibited by Illinois law. Lastly, the ISP would like to remind the public of the dangers of working on Illinois roadways. To date, our agency has had 10 squad cars struck as a result of Scott's Law violations, and it's only April. In 2021, there were 22 Scott's Law related crashes, one resulting in a serious injury to an Illinois state trooper. Today, we are asking for help from the motoring public to simply be mindful of all roadway workers and allow us to fulfill our duty of protecting the citizens and maintaining our roadways. Our greatest hope is that the public sees these crashes and injuries and the sometimes tragedies they bring and learn from them. That they take our message of safety and spread it as the new seeds of spring to grow a safer traveling environment for all roadway users. Scott's Law, otherwise known as the Move Over Law, requires motorists to slow down and move over if they can do so safely when approaching an emergency vehicle with the emergency lights activated. This also includes construction vehicles, tow trucks, fire trucks, ambulances, law enforcement, and any stationary vehicle with their hazard lights activated. Crashes that occur in work zones or while emergency workers are on an incident are particularly disheartening because a large majority of them could be avoided if motorists were simply paying attention. It is our hope with a unified commitment, a multi-agency partnership, and an effort among our workers in the community that our work zones and emergency responders will be safer while carrying out their duties on Illinois roadways. Thank you.
much for that, Captain Bradley, and also thank you for the additional trooper support from my previous role. I really appreciate it on I-294. So next up we have Mike Storino, who is President and CEO of the Illinois Road and Transportation Builders Association, a group that closely works with transportation and law enforcement agencies to help ensure our construction zones are designed to protect workers and the drivers passing through them. Thank you.
You got it. How's that? Okay. You can hear me. I decided not to have any notes because I knew it was going to be windy. And you've heard some great facts and figures, and I'm going to talk a little bit about something I get asked about all the time. People know I work in the road building industry. Why do we have to slow down when we don't see any construction workers? Well, it's kind of simple. And I think Lanya Griffin touched on that. You have lane configuration changes. You have changes in grades. You have stopped vehicles. You have equipment on the road. Just because you don't see workers out there, and they're very important, doesn't mean you can just fly through a work zone. It's dangerous. Pay attention. It's super important. We work very closely with our friends and partners in organized labor, all of the agencies, state police. They do a terrific job, but we can't do this by ourselves. We need the motorists to be aware of what they're doing at every moment, especially when they're in a work zone. It's not hard to tell. We market pretty well. You know when you're driving into them. We don't want you to get a ticket, let alone hurt yourself, hurt somebody else. State police were here. There was a tragic accident, and it was because somebody was just impatient. They were paying attention. They just didn't want to wait. Sometimes you have to wait for good things in life, like to get home safely to your family. This individual is now spending 20 years in jail for killing a worker in a work zone. It's not worth it. He destroyed that family's life. He destroyed his life and his family's life. I urge every motorist to really pay attention to what you're hearing today and do it every day. As Secretary Osmond said, the voters have spoken. We have great resources coming into our neglected infrastructure. You see it here with the tollway. IDOT is getting a lot more work out. We're going to see more and more construction work zones. That's to make your drive better and you make your quality of life better, make our economy better. But we need every motorist to pay super close attention. Save yourself, save your family, save a worker. Thank you very much.
Mike, that was excellent. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Mike Aponte, who is a veteran equipment operator, laborer for the tollway. He and his co-workers are the ones you see stopped along the road, often in work zones, clearing vehicle accidents or assisting standard drivers. They work in and around fast-moving traffic every day. He'll tell you about how staying safe becomes even more of a concern when construction season makes his job more challenging.
Hey Mike, we're going to ask you a big favor before you start. Can you say and spell your name and your title for us so we can have it on record?
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mike Aponte, and I've been an equipment operator laborer for the Illinois Tollway for 5 years. My spelling of my name is Mikeaponte. My role entails being out on the road each and every day doing maintenance work, clearing roadway crashes and assisting stranded drivers who run out of gas or need a flat tire changed. We are out here working in all types of weather at all hours, and we have to be ready to deal with any situation. And working on our roads is always challenging because while doing our job, to protect myself and customers, I have to keep my head on a swivel while thousands of vehicles are flying past me a few feet away. With the start of the construction season underway, we faced many challenges. Lanes narrowing, unexpected traffic congestion, and traffic shifts. That is why I'm asking drivers this year to remember to slow down while entering the work zone. High rates of speed don't give drivers time to react, while encountering disabled vehicles or the help truck stop along the road assisting customers. All of us who do this job have friends and coworkers who were killed or injured while working on the road. We all had our close calls. I had mine a few years back when we temporarily stopped traffic so I could clear debris from the middle of 294 South. While I was in the road removing debris, a motorcycle recklessly cut between vehicles and drove straight towards me. A coworker pulled me out of the way, probably saving my life. Luck was on my side that time, but I shouldn't have to rely on luck. Neither should the workers who build and repair our roads, including state troopers and emergency responders who work to protect our customers. The simple solution is for drivers to slow down while entering work zones and keep an eye out for workers. Following these steps will help you reach your destination safely and help roadway workers like myself go home to my wife and my daughter at the end of my shift. Thank you for listening.
Mike, thank you so much for that, as well as the work that you and your team does for the tollway. We really appreciate it. So last but not least, we've got Monique Cruz, who is a member of the Laborers International Union Local 76 and has worked on several tollway projects. She would like to describe how critical it is for drivers to behave responsibly in work zones to protect her and other workers while they're on the job.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Monique Cruz. I'm a member of Locals Labor 76. It says I work for FH Passion on the I-294. I flag near 75th Street. I'm part of a team rebuilding and improving the tollways to make safer and better for the drivers. The road is my workplace. It says I'm in a work zone every day with cars and trucks flying past me a few feet away at high speeds. Nearly every day I have close calls where drivers going too fast and they're ignoring the speed limits. I have encountered many accidents on a day-to-day basis because drivers are not paying attention. Many are on their cell phones looking down instead of being focused on the road. Many are switching lanes without turning signals on, inappropriate, merge changing. For them, it is dangerous. For me, it's a matter of life and death. In work zones, drivers need to be cautious, slow down, and stay alert so they have extra time to react. And for the sake of everyone who works on our roadways, please put your phones away and pay attention. It is illegal and it is endangering us as workers on the roadway. We take great care to be safe, but we need drivers to do the same. I'm a mother. I have 4 children. That's why I'm asking drivers to slow down and please stay alert in work zones so we can all return home safely after each work day. Thank you.
Monique, thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. I mean, that is really crucial that she's seeing people on cell phones on I-294. That is a highway. It's not like a street with a stop sign or anything. So that's amazing to me. But I appreciate you sharing that. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Keeping work zones safe is critically important for everyone who travels or works on our roads. We believe that drivers play a vital role in this effort, so please take extra precautions when traveling in work zones. Working together, we can make our roads safer for everyone. Thank you very much.